Well, hello everyone and welcome to this video. My name is Pedram, and in today's video I'm going to show you how you can use AWS CDK to spin up some EC2 instances in your AWS account. So this is essentially infrastructure as code. It is like you could do quite a lot of stuff with it. Of course, like EC2s are virtual machines on an AWS. So when you learn how to spin them up, you could also do quite a lot of stuff with them. So first things first, I'm going to start my I'm going to initialize my CDK application. So I say CDK init language TypeScript. So this will essentially just bring the project template kind of for me and lay many and generate quite a lot of code for me that otherwise I would have had to do it manually. So that's a great thing. And so as this is installing, so of course, as you know, you could have Windows instances on AWS and also Linux instances. The important thing is that I'm going to also mention it during the course of the video, is that you know what instance and what type you want to get, because you need to give exact type give the exact type of the VM that you want to spin up, and also like the operating system that you want it to run on. So this is something that you need to kind of check in advance. So yeah, that's just I wanted to get it out of the way. All right, sounds. I don't think that it is stuck, but yeah. So great. All right. So after initializing the project, I also go ahead and add the dependencies that I need. So like we don't need that many dependencies here. So firstly, we need, of course, AWS EC2 and AWS IAM for the roles. So that's essentially like the first part. Then also we are going to have to import them here. So also do the same thing. So I say AWS EC2. Here's EC2 and AWS Yum, and I call it Yum. Great. Okay, so I remove this. So I go ahead and do an npm install to download all the packages that I mentioned here and in my package JSON file. So also just so that you know, we are going to all right, so that was quick. Yeah, great. It's also, as you can see, the IntelliSense is telling me that these this package is also downloaded. So first thing first, I'm going to start with a VPC because that's, of course, that's the foundation that we are going to build on all of our cloud components on. So we say EC2 dot, you see like Bastion host Linux, and you see there are quite a lot of stuff, like quite a lot of construct as you have here, but they say VPC. So that is that is the first thing. Then I say, like, I give it the context and also the ID, my VPC, and then my keyboard is really horrible. I do apologize for that. So then I'm going to give it the NAT gateways, and it would be 0. And also I'm going to configure the subnets. So I say specifying the CIDR mask. So one thing that you could also do if you don't know exactly what these CIDR ranges are, you could also go to CIDR XYZ and kind of verify everything for yourself. So that's also subnet 1, and then I'm going to also add subnet type ec2 dot subnet type dot public. You could just look at this. So you could have a private subnet, you could have an isolated one, and also a public one. And also you can see like there's also a kind of nice recommendation here, so you could choose that. I just want to just connect this publicly for testing purposes, so that's something that I'm opting for. Then I am going to specify the security groups, security group, and that would be also in the EC2 module. So security group, same thing, same kind of group, and also like then I also say what which VPCs is going to be done. Also I add some description. I say allow RDP 3389, and also allow inbound true. So great. That was also like our security group. And then what we do afterwards, after that we are going to add some the ingress rule. So add like this, exactly this port that you want to allow in. So I say security group that add ingress. You see like add, just look at, I mean you could have the egress outbound and ingress inbound, specifying it here. So we just use the I'm adding this port 3389 because it's Windows remote desktop connection port that is being used by Windows. So I'm adding that, and then I just give the IP IPv4 and also the ec2.tcp to the port TCP and 3389, that's the port number, and also some description. So I just left it blank, but yeah, let's give it some RDP, right? Okay, awesome. So we added our ingress rule. That's totally fine. I'm keeping it minimal here. Like you can do a lot of stuff with it. You could add ingress, out, egress. There are many things that you can do here. I'm just going keeping it minimal. Then I'm going to also add my AIM role. That is new yam dot role. This EC2 role, and then also which could be assumed by new that service principal. This is because we want to have managed service principals in AWS. So essentially, so Amazon AWS.com. Great. Awesome. So that is also the the YAML. Then I'm going to add the AMI, Amazon Machine Image, which is the essentially the EC2 instance type that we want to run. I mean, like the machine type that we want to run. So I'm going to say Windows image. That's going because I wanted to say that I wanted to spin up a Windows, and then I'm going to add Windows version. I think, yeah, you see here it added also Windows version from the EC2 module for me, but it's fine. So I say Windows Server 2016, and I want the yeah, it's like, you know, you can have a lot of lot of different types, but yeah, let's say the server English, yeah, let's say this one. All right, so that looks fine here. Then I'm going to also add the instance, EC2 instance equals new EC2 instance, and then I'm going to pass the context ID EC2 instance and okay, my EC2 instance, and then the properties, which would be firstly the VPC that we created. It's going to be in the VPC, then instance type, dot of, so that is exactly what I meant here. You can see that is what the type, you need to know this type, and the fact that whether or not it works with your operating system. So I'm going to just do everything quick, try to do everything quickly here so that we don't run out of time. Then size, then I'm going to say micro because it's the free tier actually. And now, sorry, machine image, AMI, and then security group, then role, and I think that should be it. So great. Also, I'm going to finish, I'm going to also add a just output the public IP from this thing, from this server that I'm just spinning. CFN output this IP, and then value EC2 instance dot. You see that there are many things that you could also output, but look, I just add the public IP address. So that looks fine, and just go ahead and do some npm install, and then we are ready to just deploy this. That looks fine. I don't deploy it here, so I just do a CDK synth so that you see that it works. Also, one thing that I was forgetting, before you can deploy this, as I mentioned in all videos almost, you have to uncomment this part. So don't forget this. If you want CDK to read the credentials from your AWS config file. So as you saw, it ran and it's fine. Awesome. And just to avoid generating costs after you're done with this, don't forget to run CDK destroy. All right, so that's it. Thank you for watching. If you have questions, keep it posted in comments. See you until next time.